So tonight sees the world premiere in London of the film The Duchess, and joining us now is that very Duchess, the star of the film, Keira Knightley. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're looking lovely this morning. It's odd, having seen the film, that you've got such a small amount of hair.
Yes, yes.
Because the Duchess has more hair.
A large amount of hair.
Anyone I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know. They were really heavy as well. Big wigs.
Big, heavy wigs.
Yeah.
And the costumes and the look of the film is just extraordinary. Just tell us a little about the Duchess in the film.
Well, I play Georgiana, Duchess of Devonshire, who was married to the Duke of Devonshire when she was 17, and it's sort of a film about a woman who's trying to navigate her way through a very difficult marriage. Do you think that's fair?
I think that's fair. That's kind of underestimating it, I think, slightly.
Yeah, I mean, it's about many different things. It's sort of, I think she was an extraordinary character. She was sort of an incredible fashion icon, and politically she was extraordinary. She was a huge political hostess for the Whig Party and a very strong lady, but she had this incredible sort of huge public persona. You know, she was a big, I suppose, big star, a big celebrity of that time, but her private life was an incredibly sad one. So it's sort of the story of one person that has these two completely different lifestyles going on at once.
We've got a clip now, actually, with you and your husband in the film, which is played by the extraordinary Ray Fiennes. Just a compelling performance by him. Let's have a look at the clip.
G. This is Charlotte, and she'll be staying with us.
Why?
Because her mother is dead and she has no other place to go.
Have you fathered that child?
It's only a little girl, G. It's hardly the end of the world.
It's those compelling scenes. It's not the only scene where he puts her through the mill emotionally, and that sense of duty. Kind of like he has no understanding of that he should broach these things slightly less sort of full on.
And he has complete power as well. I mean, I think it's also the story about the huge unfairness that there's one set of rules for men and a completely different set of rules for women. So, I mean, it's a really interesting dynamic of these sort of two people that really just cannot get on, that don't have anything in common whatsoever, but have to stay together.
In terms of men versus women, it was a great time, let's face it.
Yeah, all right.
We need to talk about the fact that there's been a lot of parallels drawn between your character and Lady Diana.
Yes.
It's a very odd thing for me, having watched the trailer that has pictures of Diana in as well.
I haven't seen that trailer.
It feels very awkward.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, when I made the film, when I took the film, I was making a film about the Duchess of Devonshire, Georgiana, and I think that she's such a fascinating character that she certainly warrants a film made about her without having to draw any parallels to anyone else. I mean, I thought it was an interesting bit of trivia that they were very distantly related, but I don't think I know enough of the Diana story to actually know what the exact parallels would be. So for me, this isn't trying to make any parallels to anybody else. It is about Georgiana.
Yeah, it must be a little bit frustrating as well, because suddenly the marketing is, there's Diana on the trailer. Where's she come from?
It was quite a surprise. Yes.
One way of putting it. There is, we sort of touched briefly on the hair, but those costumes, I mean, for heaven's sake, that must be a right old pain, all those corsets and
It's really difficult. I mean, it's good because it gets you into character and all the rest of it, and they look amazing, but it's a big, you can't breathe in them. So you're constantly kind of trying to draw breath and eat. You can't be very ladylike after you eat, because it's very difficult. The food, you're constricted, so the food sort of goes down.
Don't you loosen it a bit for lunch?
You loosen it a bit, but you have to tie it straight back up again. So belching was a big problem. So it was me and the lovely Hayley Atwell, who plays another character, Bess, in the film. And after lunch, you could just see the sound guy kind of laughing. We were both just belching the whole time.
Trying to get the wind out.
Yeah, exactly. Better out than in.
So it's an interesting idea. I can just see you belching around these beautiful Somerset House and these amazing costumes with all this hair.
It doesn't quite work, does it? Just kind of letting them...
The Knightley way of doing things.
Absolutely.
You play... there's a really wonderful sort of relationship between you and your lover in the film.
Yeah, Dominic Cooper. Yeah.
Dominic Cooper, who is. I mean, it's just fascinating to watch that unfold as well. And that must have been great to play juxtaposed to this very formal, staid relationship with the Duke.
With the Duke. Yeah. No, I mean, it was. I think it's it's what's so sad and wonderful about the character is that she's very much a person that desperately tries to grab happiness with sort of both hands. You know, she's a complete romantic, and that very much comes across in the story of, you know, with Georgiana and Charles Grey, played by Dominic. But it's a bit of a tragedy.
And they have. I mean, there's some saucy scenes between the two of them as well, which must have been sort of quite intriguing because, you know, much.
You're not actually going to play a saucy scene.
Well, we're going to get as saucy as we can.
Not so early
this time
in the morning. Come on.
There's a little nipple, but it's his,
yes,
so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But I understand it wasn't quite as sexy as we might have assumed.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, no.
And you gave Dominic a bit of a hard time.
He was. You see, I'm actually quite lucky because I don't really have to get my kit off.
Yes.
I'm very, you know, demure and. Wow. Anyway.
Apart from the belching.
Apart from the belching and all the rest of it. Yes, no, you see his buttocks. They're very nice. They're very nice buttocks. You know, they're very nice buttocks. But he was wearing a skin-coloured nappy for most of it, which is sort of what you never see in these sex scenes, is that actually it's the worst underwear in the entire world.
That was the underwear of the time, or was that with the underwear?
No, that was just his. Yeah, which sort of meant that every time I looked at him, I burst out laughing, which is not what you should do to a bloke that's kind of semi-naked in front of you.
The poor guy.
Poor man.
Ruined for life.
Ruined for life, yeah.
By you and his skin-coloured nappy.
Yeah.
That's an image, though, isn't it?
Well, what do you expect?
What can you expect? It's a premiere tonight,
yes.
which, I mean, it's always a great affair when you get down sort of in central London, Leicester Square, and you have these big premieres. Are you going to be all dolled up, corseted and high-heeled? And
do you think I should go dressed as the Duchess?
It would be hilarious.
I could get the wig on,
You'd
big
take
hat,
about 4 seats, and no one would be able to sit around you.
Yeah, I couldn't get into the car either. That would be a problem. But no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Are you high-heeling it? Is this...
Yes, I think so, yes.
Are you good in heels?
No.
Are you not?
No, I mean, I can just about, you know, the carpet's not that long, so I can manage from car to cinema. And then hopefully I'll have somebody on hand that I can grab their hand. And then
they'll hold you in?
Help me.
Is that the major concern, that you'll trip as you go along?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, especially if you're wearing a long dress. I think I won't wear a very long dress tonight.
You watch, we'll be looking very carefully.
I know, but really, I mean, you could just go. You could be great, actually.
It would be phenomenal.
You wanted publicity.
There's
That'd be
some
a great. There you
for
go.
The film. And look, there's loads more to talk about. We haven't got much time left, but I understand now. I know that you've auditioned for My Fair Lady. The film's not being made just yet.
No.
But you've actually doing some singing properly. You've sung in The Edge of Reason.
I did it. I mean, I did do an audition for it about a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay, right.
It went very well, apparently.
Right. So there's potential it might happen.
Maybe.
And the album and the single.
What, mine? Yeah. Christmas #1.
Why not?
No.
Someone's got to take on Simon Cowell on The X Factor.
Oh, wow. Maybe I could go on The X Factor.
Would you do that?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Far too busy. Keira, it's lovely to see you.
And you.
Best of luck with this film. We really enjoyed it immensely. It
Brilliant.
was fascinating to watch, and hopefully it'll go really well tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Don't trip up.
No, thanks.